Hello, thank you for tuning in. Today we will be talking about soul artistry and aligning with your Dharma and really trusting the unique process that is wanting to unfold through you and for you to serve your expansion and your evolution, as well as everyone who is supposed to expand and evolve through whatever it is you're here to bring into the world. Are an entrepreneur starting on this journey and you are really feeling this call to show up more and share your essence and share your gifts with the world, I first want you to really feel into your why. What is your why for it? What is driving you to create this, to birth this, to gift this to people? When I started my journey was when lockdown started and I was in hypnotherapy school. And right when lockdown started, I felt this call to my soul. That was I just knew I needed to serve. And I didn't really know what that was going to look like. So at first I just offered my services for free. And I just thought about all of the things that I've been working on in my own self-development journey and the things that I feel like I really had a clear understanding of and an embodiment of. And I listed them and I just let people know that I was offering a free support call. That gave me a little bit of training. So the whole thing is the whole process of really coming into this path and into coming into your own sacred entrepreneurship is taking the step-by-step approach and setting the bar low. I'm teaching you the things that I learned on this journey, setting the bar lower than you think you need to. So a lot of the times when we're starting out, we want to set the bar really high. And what that does is it sets us up for failure because we feel like there's this crazy goal that we need to reach and it's intimidating, right? So set the bar lower and just start to work your way up incrementally. So at first I just offered it for free. And then as I started to get a little more comfortable with it, started charging more. Part of this journey too is really investing in yourself. So I learned the power of investment last year as I joined a coaching container that actually helped me expand my capacity to receive and to expand my services. So first is starting with your mission statement. What really lights you up when you look at it and feel into it, and write that out and put it over your altar. Put it somewhere sacred. Put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. And whenever you feel like you are going to go back to the way things were or you're going to give up on your dreams, go back to your mission statement. Read it out loud, feel it, call upon your higher power to help you bring and birth this vision into form. So starting with your mission statement and then starting to get clear on who your ideal avatar is. Your avatar being your ideal client. Who do you want to serve and why do you want to serve them, and how and why are you equipped to serve them? And a good way to measure this is to look at where you were at one point and who you needed when you were at your lowest, who you needed when you were in your dark night of the soul. So taking all of the wisdom from those pieces and points of your journey, forming it into this golden package offer that you can now serve to those that need your heart medicine. The beautiful thing is when you start to step into this path, you naturally and organically will start to attract those that are looking for the exact medicine that you are offering. You really want to keep this very, very authentic because your most authentic frequency is going to be your strongest point of magnetism and attraction. So even when you're posting things, be mindful about the energy behind what you're posting and why you're posting it, right? It all comes back to the why and to the energetics behind what you're doing. One of my favorite quotes is, it's not what you're doing, but it's how you're doing it. It's the energy behind it. Is it coming from love, right? Is it coming from a place of genuinely wanting to share and give? Or is it coming from fear and from a place of scarcity and from a place of feeling like if you don't share and if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to have as much engagement or you're not going to be as credible or feeling like you need to, right? As opposed to genuinely wanting to and feeling inspired to. So I'm just giving you pointers on what's helped me get to where I am in my journey and to this really beautiful point in my entrepreneurship There's still so much that I'm learning. So what I realize is this whole entrepreneurial path is a self-actualization path. And Instagram is a self-actualization tool. So it allows you to like really gauge your audience and feel, because when you're in that authentic magnetism, like the energy that you have flowing with your audience and with the people that feel drawn to you is so beautiful and it's so real. And it can only really be accessed from that point of authenticity, from that point of heart, from that point of love and genuinely wanting to serve. And like everything that's coming through your Instagram, through your offerings, through what is and isn't working is data that you get to look at and go, oh, okay, well now this is where I get to go with it. And then if that doesn't work, that's okay too. You just pivot again. So you're going to continue to pivot. And I don't think it ever changes. In the 2 years I've been doing this, there's just constant pivoting, and your life experience is constantly shifting. Everything in your reality is constantly shifting. So you're working with whatever is presenting itself to you to then birth into your art, into birth into your services, and to use as your muse. When you feel like you really want to serve the world and you have a message in your heart and you really want to get it out there into the hearts of other people, really tune into where you are that day. And you can start to just channel something to yourself, right? Because the people that follow you are very connected to you. So whatever it is that you need to hear that day, or maybe your higher self to your lower self, right? You get to just write it out, and then you can post that to the world, because it's all feeding each other. When you are giving yourself that medicine, when you are coaching yourself, when you are leading yourself, when you are activating and transforming things within yourself and within your reality, and then you are able to transmit that into what you're sharing, that's going to land with other people in the exact ways that they need. So asking yourself, what is the message that I would love to hear today? Higher self, what is the message for me today that's also going to serve the world? And it's also allowing yourself to feel the feelings that want to come up when they want to come up, and finding these healthy outlets to allow them to move through you, because as they move through you, they clear your channel. The big piece of this journey is really listening to your body, really coming back into your body, spending devotional time, like honoring your body every single day, and allowing these emotions to move through you and these pieces of you to have a safe space with yourself to express themselves. So this is a beautiful part of this spiritual path and this entrepreneurial path, is you are living from the inside out. So when you're getting done up, when you're getting dressed up, when you want to look a certain way, or when you feel, it's coming from your essence to the external expression. Instead of how it was for a lot of us women growing up, where it was only about the external representation and expression and nothing else. It's a very different experience when you are living from the inside out, when it's about how you are feeling rather than how you look. And then when you feel amazing, when you feel in alignment, when you feel authentic, when you feel this sense of belonging to yourself, and then express it with your physicality, that is a whole new level of empowerment and embodiment, and it is felt because you're at home within yourself. And that is the beauty and the power of embodiment. And on the entrepreneurial path as a feminine essence being, this is a big key to your artistry, is feeling yourself deeper and moment to moment, and allowing yourself to drop out of the head and into the heart and into the body, and allowing that to be your compass. So it really is all connected. All of the work that you're doing on yourself, everything that's presenting itself to you in your reality, it's nourishment for your mission. It's nourishment for your artistry. It's nourishment and fuel for what you get to step into. So if you look at it like that, you'll start to see that none of it is wrong. That if you allow yourself to really pause and get present and get curious about what's coming up, there's medicine in it. There's a message in it. There's something there for you to extrapolate on. There's something there for you to have that aha moment, that breakthrough with, and then give that to the world, right? So there are ways that you can muse yourself into this too, because it is a path of like allowing your soul artistry to stream itself, which is also super vulnerable. So just know if you are just starting out and it feels vulnerable, the whole practice with this is like radical and unconditional self-love. So you're loving yourself through this process. It's okay if other people are receiving it or judging it a certain way. It's not about them. It's about you and your relationship with your higher power. And inevitably, it's going to land with the hearts that need to hear it and the people that need to see it. That's just how it works. So if you hold on to that and remember that and let everything else go, then it'll make your process easier. You get to really fall in love with it. Ebbs and flows and all, and knowing that it's all weaving, right? And this is Tantra. It's weaving. It's all weaving and it's all sacred. None of it is wrong, right? We're just learning from all of it, and it's all connecting with each other somehow. So, I was like really feeling into the other day, like what this path is, and Tantric Entrepreneurship came up. And I just want to dispel the idea around Tantra being solely associated with sex and sexuality. So that is just like it's a sliver of what Tantra is. Sacred sexuality is a piece of it, but really Tantra is the weaving and I call Tantra flirting with infinity, right? It's those moments where we are so immersed in the physical and we are so connected to the spiritual, to the divine, right? A lot of the times that requires us slowing down, connecting to breath, and really getting present to what is here in the present moment and seeing all of it as sacred, all of it as a messenger, and really tuning into your channel to see how life wants to live you, to see how love and to feel, it is a feeling experience, to feel how love wants to move through you, how love wants to pour through you, right? And this is where you get to muse with whatever is present in your current reality. And ways you can do this are just leaving your devices at home and going for a walk, right? Or if you do bring your device, playing music and allowing the music to muse you as you go and walk and really start to flirt with nature, be present with nature, listen to nature. You can feel nature talking to you. A lot of the times we just don't slow down enough to really breathe it all in and to receive it and to see the beauty and the artistry in it as a reflection of our own beauty and as inspiration for our own artistry, right? So I'm always like, go back to the mama if you really want to be mused. Go talk to her. Put your hands on the earth and infuse your prayer into her. It's incredible how she delivers. Like I've had so many synchronistic moments where I put a prayer into the earth and like minutes later it's answered, and it might not be in this crazy grand way, but that's Tantra too, is the subtleties, tuning into the subtle realm, right? Getting present with all of the sensations, the wind blowing on your face, the messages and downloads coming through, the meaning behind what's unfolding in your life, and then weaving that all into your business. How is this day? How is what's unfolding for you, right? This life is such a miracle, and it's so easy to take it for granted. But when you can really cultivate this practice and this attitude of gratitude and presence and devotion to how life is wanting to serve you and live you, and then to channel that into your business, into your offerings, that is when the magic really starts to become palpable. So I just want to remind you that if you are feeling called to this path, there's a piece of your soul and a piece of your expression and artistry that wants to be broadcasted, and it wants to come online through this whole process. And it's such a unique process. You might get inspired by other women and other people, but ultimately, babe, it's you who's going to bring it. It's you who's going to bring this unique magic that's going to ripple into infinity, right? And it's going to activate something very unique and special in the people that receive it. It can't be a copy of anyone else's thing, right? So that's why I also call Instagram a self-actualization tool, because you get to see like where certain parts of you are being triggered and activated, right? And it's about really looking at the women who are creating the reality that you see yourself stepping into, or that you desire to step into at some point, and noticing where the competition wants to come in, or the jealousy or the comparison, and really going back to the divine witch archetype, which is the alchemist, and coming back to your power to alchemize those distortions back into something more empowering for you, so that you can be a vibrational and energetic match to that reality as well. The concept of the quantum field, which is the field of limitless possibility, the place where every single potentiality exists. It's just about aligning our frequency and our channel in this timeline reality to match that one, so that we can bring it forth and so that we can like evolve into it. Every day is the modern mystery school of life, and you are a student of it. You're learning from your direct experience, and to bring that all back home and to alchemize it into gold, right? Through your heart, through your presence, through your devotion, through really tuning in, like turning off the matrix and turning into your own internal guidance system. That's going to be your compass. This is all just, it's all just data. And then you get to bring the data back home and co-create what wants to be birthed through you with that. And I hope that this was helpful. I just wanted to share a couple of these pieces, because being on this journey, like I started it when lockdown started, and I had no idea what trajectory it was going to go into. I honestly wasn't even familiar with many of the coaches that are out there. I just knew I wanted to serve and share my services. Every day I was like, okay, even if this looks silly, even if this doesn't get many likes, like I know it's gonna land with the people that need to hear it, and this is what's on my heart, so I'm going to share it. And I don't give a fuck how it looks and how it's received, because all of this gets to strengthen my ability to love myself through the possibility of being rejected or ridiculed or whatever, you know, and that has come up. Like my family doesn't always understand this path that I'm on or what I'm doing, and I've parted ways with friends and lovers, and I'm devoted to it. No matter how it's received, no matter who gets it or doesn't get it, I know it's going to land with the right people. And I have a feeling that you have that same drive and that same feeling within you, and that's why you're watching this video. So just keep trusting that. Keep listening to yourself. If there's medicine on your heart that you want to share, share it. If it doesn't get very many likes, that's okay. You know, if you think about a post that even gets 20 likes, and you think about those 20 people being in this room right here, right? That's a crowded ass room. And there's also people who are going to be seeing your content who aren't going to engage with it. They're just going to see it, and it might actually really land. And I've had that happen where people have reached out to me, and I've never seen their name on my, their name doesn't feel familiar, ring a bell to me, and they just slide into my DMs. So just keep doing what feels right in your heart and what you want to share and express. Really stay in the energy of what is possible, of what is unfolding, and then you continue to just build on that. It's all connecting, it's all weaving. Keep listening to your heart and your soul and sharing what's authentic and true for you, and allow it to really become this extension of your essence. Your authentic expression is naturally a permission slip for other people to be in theirs, and you get to continue to build on it, right? You're never just one fixed thing. You're always going to be shifting and evolving. This really is such a devotional path, and I like to look at it like every initiation is like you burning it all to the ground and rising like a phoenix from the ashes of what was. And it doesn't always have to be that dramatic, but for those times where it does feel like that, like where it really feels like you have to light a match and burn down everything that wasn't serving you in order to be devoted to this mission, just know that you're a motherfucking phoenix and that you're gonna rise from that. And it might take some time, and that's okay. None of this is linear. Your transformation is not a linear process. You are a work in progress and a work of art, and you are continuing to evolve and expand. And just know anytime that there's a contraction, you're going to expand, right? So just really lean into the contraction and get curious about it and learn from it, so that your expansion can be that much juicier and richer and more aligned with what it is you're trying to do in the world and be in the world and broadcast into the world. I want you, if you are watching this, to align with your dharma in a way that's really unique for you. And we are co-creating the new earth right now. This is a new paradigm. Shit's not gonna look the way it's been looking. This is, you know, when I explain what I do to people in the world, they're like, what? It's the way that we are anchoring in an entirely new paradigm, and the way that we get to awaken consciousness and what we want to see happen in the world. We have to be devoted to alchemizing and seeing happen within ourselves. I hope this was helpful for you, and just stay the path. Just stay the path, keep following your heart. And yeah, thank you for tuning in.